Hey guys, welcome back. Josh here with Desert Gardens Homestead. So there is a party going on behind me here in this fruit tree. This is a jujube tree, and it is just completely loaded with pollinating insects. There is just all kinds of various insects within this tree, pollinating the flowers. There's new fruit developing, and this is just one of those top 5 amazing fruit trees you can't live without. You must have because of all the various benefits that it adds to the garden, as well as the fruit itself. And so I just wanted to take a few minutes here. I wanted to showcase this tree to you and just highlight the top 5 reasons on why you have to have a jujube tree within your garden. If you live anywhere from zone 6 to zone 10, this is a must-have tree, and you will be certainly happy that you went ahead and put one into the garden. So let's go ahead and get started. So the 5th reason why you would want to incorporate a jujube into the landscape is because they are very serious pollinator attractors. I have never seen a fruit tree attract the kind of pollinators or insects. Just the variety of various insects that come into the landscape because of this tree is just bar none the number one. I've never seen a fruit tree attract so many insects like this one does. It is just incredible. And so take a look at this and let me just illustrate how prolific of a pollinator attractor this particular tree is. One of the main reasons that I absolutely love the jujube tree is when it is in springtime in full flower, this tree is bringing in all the pollinators. Really unique little insects all over the place that I don't ever see on any other tree. Not quite sure how that is showing up, but this tree is just absolutely loaded with ladybugs as well. This is just incredible. I'm counting over a dozen that I'm just seeing here on the tree, but these ladybugs are just in full force. There's another one right there. Just take a look at the swarm of all these insects that are just swarming this tree. There's just something about the jujube flowers. They're just, must be just so fragrant or so delicious. The nectar just must be so great that it is just insane how many pollinators are attracted to this particular tree. The 4th reason why everybody should own a jujube tree is because they're incredibly drought tolerant. And I am in the most extreme arid location in the Sonoran Desert. We are just a very hot, dry area, and I have never seen a jujube wilt or act thirsty. They are just a really, really tough tree that you could probably not even have to irrigate. I could probably not even irrigate it here and it would do just fine. I do give it supplemental waterings. It is on drip irrigation, but I seriously doubt that it would need to be. The tree behind me is a mature tree reaching heights of about 13 feet tall, and I bet you I could probably take it off the water and it would do just fine. So that is the 4th reason why everybody should own a jujube tree, is because they are just so drought tolerant, no fuss, and they just want to be left alone. The 3rd reason why you should have a jujube tree within your landscape is because it's very medicinal. And not only is it medicinal, but the fruit is considered to be a superfood. The primary reason why the fruit is medicinal is because it has cancer prevention properties or cancer fighting properties within it, as well as it supports your brain health for memory. It's also great for digestion if you have constipation. It's great for your immune system with all the antioxidants that the fruit provides. And it also has liver, kidney, as well as sleep aid properties within the fruit. So consuming the fruit on a regular basis or when the fruit is in season is just very, very nutritional for your body. If you're anything like me, you love to propagate trees. And that would be to sell or to barter or trade, whatever the case may be. Having extra trees on hand is always a great thing, which leads me to number 2. The 2nd reason why you want a jujube in your landscape is because it produces all kinds of new fruit trees each and every year. Once this tree became mature, it started sending up new sucker trees in a general radius around the tree, about a 6-foot radius. And each fall I can dig those trees up and I can transplant those to other areas of the landscape, or I can sell those trees, or I can barter for other trees. So it's always a great thing to have new trees in the landscape. And last year it provided me 4 trees, 3 of which I dug up and transplanted to other areas of the landscape. The one I showed you, the smaller one right next door to this one, I did keep in that location. But this year I've counted 6 new suckers that the tree is putting up. So this fall I'll be able to dig up 6 new trees. So why would we need to propagate this tree via air layer? It is receptive to air layer. Cuttings I'm not successful with, but it does air layer. But why would I need to air layer this tree when it's providing me 6 new trees just this season alone? And take a look at this little volunteer. And this is not on any kind of irrigation. And once again, it is just not showing any signs of any wilting or being thirsty. And so that just goes to show you how tough of trees these are. But here is one, and just right over the way here, here's another. And once again, there's another one. There's number 4. And just on the other side of the tree over here, we've got 2 more. There's number 5 and number 6. Look at this guy's almost in my driveway here. No irrigation whatsoever. Completely happy. Just a really, really tough plant. So that is number 2, free fruit trees. And the moment that we've been waiting for, the number 1 reason why everybody should have a jujube tree within the landscape is because just like the mulberry, these trees are so prolific. It makes so much more fruit than you could ever eat in one season. And the really neat thing about the fruit is that it doesn't seem that anything wants to take the fruit. I've never seen any bird damage. I've never seen anything peck or destroy the fruit. No pests, no disease, nothing like that, no fuss. It just makes prolific amounts of fruit. If you look at these branches, no matter where you look at, they are just completely loaded in fruit and flowers. So this tree hasn't even fruited all the way yet. It is still in flower. But if you can just see all the various fruit forming on this tree. And another really neat thing with the jujube tree is it has an incredibly long harvest period. I would say about a 2-month harvest period. All the fruit ripens at different intervals, so they'll be at all stages of ripeness. When they're mature size and green, you can eat those, and they taste like apples, like a dry apple. And as they sit on the tree and mature, they'll start turning to a brown color, which they start sweetening up quite a bit. And once they turn completely brown, they start shriveling and they turn into dates. That is why this tree is also called a Chinese date, because they start shriveling. They are very, very sweet, like caramelized candy. And you can just eat those, and the texture is so different from that of the green fruit. And it is just so sweet, so tender, and so very good. The fruit hangs onto the tree for a very long time. It will eventually fall, but they just hang on for as long as they can to allow you to eat up as much as possible. But if you just take a look at this tree, at how prolific the fruit is, number 2 right behind the mulberry tree as far as prolific fruiting, and it is just an excellent candidate to have for fruit. So to recap, there are so many benefits of owning this particular tree, not to mention the 5 that we illustrated, it being number 1, a prolific fruiting tree, number 2, that it makes new fruit trees each and every year that you can sell and barter with, so the tree actually pays you to own it. Number 3, it is very medicinal. It has so many great qualities, medicinal qualities, as well as the fruit being a superfood. Number 4, it's drought tolerant. It's not going to be an extremely thirsty tree, which is a huge benefit in the desert. And number 5, it brings in all those pollinators. So if you have other fruit trees that need pollinators, you could put another fruit tree nearby that would benefit from all the pollinators that this one attracts. And that just skims the surface. There are so many other benefits, not to mention that it is very low fuss as far as soil quality. It does not have to be in good soil to thrive and survive. And so you could just plug it in. It is a great beginner fruit tree. It doesn't need any special care. It really doesn't need fertilization. It doesn't need a whole lot of water. It doesn't need any TLC. It takes full desert sun. And so it is just a great tree to start with. If you are starting a new plot of land, or if you just want to have a fruit tree that you don't have to mess with, the jujube tree, just like the mulberry, is the same way. It doesn't need any special care. And so it just makes it a fantastic tree to have in the garden. So I hope you found something of value in this video today. If you did, I would certainly appreciate you smashing that like button, as well as subscribing, and put a comment down below. Let me know if you own a jujube tree. If so, what varieties do you own and how do you like the tree? And so until next time, my friends, this is Josh with Desert Gardens Homestead. I hope you all have great green thumbs and God bless. Take care.